Washington State tonight. It's Loren Culp, and here he comes. How about that band, right? Great job, you guys. Thank you so much. Who is ready to kick Jay Inslee out of the governor's office? He's been in there for 8 years, too long, if you ask me. We are going to send common sense back to Olympia and take this government back to we the people. It's been about big government, big money, special interest groups for far too long. It's about we the people. It's great to be back down here in southwestern Washington. We were here not too long ago, and I see that some people are back again and they brought their friends. That's awesome. This is how we take our state back. Yeah. This is how we win.
Yep. Yeah.
So I am Loren Culp, and I will be the next governor of Washington State, and we the people will win. I absolutely love Washington State. I grew up here. I raised my family here. I ran my business here. I grew up in a small farming community in Jefferson County, right outside of Port Townsend, where my dad was a deputy sheriff. And when I was a freshman in high school, they moved us across the state. My dad got out of law enforcement, and they bought a lumber yard and a hardware store in Republic. Does anybody know where Republic is at?
Yeah.
Yes. More and more people are finding out where Republic is at. It's amazing. It's a very small town in the mountains of northeastern Washington. Very beautiful place. That's where I went to high school. That's where I met my wife, Barb. And we've been married for 43 years this year. When we make a commitment, right?
Yeah.
So we have 2 grown sons and 7 grandkids that live in Washington State. Have a lot at stake. They all live up by Olympia. Imagine how Barb's going to feel being able to visit her grandkids every day instead of just a couple times a year, right? Just looking forward to that. But at 19 years old, I joined the United States Army. Any veterans or active duty military with us? Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your service. I was in the world famous 101st Airborne Division, the Screaming Eagles. I was a sergeant in the Army. I went through drill sergeant school at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I helped to turn civilians into soldiers. I was a combat engineer, and I served 1 tour of duty overseas in South Korea, protecting the South Koreans from the North Korean communists. I want to tell you a little story about when I served in the military and I was over in Korea. Something about being an American being a serviceman overseas. We had, in 1983 is when I was over there, and we had an operation that was called Team Spirit. That was when all the branches of the military, the U.S. military and South Korean forces got together and they did military exercises all across South Korea. And for those of, anybody been to South Korea? There we go. There are dirt roads all over that country. Little villages dot those dirt roads all around South Korea. Little villages where people live. Rice paddies. They used water buffaloes. I'm sure they probably do now to plow their rice paddies. And the thing about it, you know, when we were traveling all over that country in convoys of military vehicles, every time the convoy would get close to a small village, everybody that lived in that village would run out to the edge of the road.